Hey, what's happening, everybody? Mark Harbert here, and here we are going live for our second day in a row using this new software. I'm digging it. I love it. I'll talk about it soon. But today, in this live video, what we're going to talk about is we're going to talk about 5 simple and easy ways that you can promote your live broadcast. So stick around. I've got some cool stuff for you. We're going to have fun with it, and I think these are tips that you'll really get some great value from. So stick around. All right, so guys, let's get into it. We're going to have some fun here, and we're going to talk about some cool stuff. Now, something very important, if you're following me wherever you're watching this, if you're watching it on my profile, my page, YouTube, Twitter, wherever you're watching it, make sure that you subscribe. Make sure that you give this video a like, share it with somebody, subscribe on YouTube, whatever. You like the software? I think it's pretty cool. But make sure you stay tapped in. I'm going to be going live pretty much every day, giving you tips, mindset hacks, all kinds of little things that are going to help you in your business, and we're definitely going to be covering a lot, okay? So today I want to talk about 5 ways to promote your live broadcast. Now, if you're on this live, do me a favor, comment and let me know where you're watching from, and also if you're watching the replay of this, type hashtag replay, and let me know, because I love to know where you're at, and I like to see your comments and your feedback, okay? So let's get into it. Let's talk about it. So one of the things that you can do when you are on live broadcasts, okay? The key is, how do you get people on it live, okay? People like my friend Julia Baxter here, and not sure who this is, but hey, you know what? It says unknown, but good to have you. And we got Julia in from Toronto. We've got some cool things. So how do you get more people on your live broadcast? Well, first and foremost, some of these are going to be pretty obvious, but I've got one big one that I think you're not really going to necessarily think about, and I think it'll be a big tip for you, and I'll share that one with you last, okay? But when you're sharing live broadcast, the obvious and most critical part is the before promotion, okay? So there's a couple things that you can do. You can promote before and after, okay? So these 2 things, but one of the things that you can do before is to let people know on your profile, let people know in a group, or let people know on your page that you're going to go live at a certain time. Now, Facebook adds some really cool features where you can get a little reminder, and that's always a good thing. So if you set up and you actually schedule your live, people can actually, they can, click to be reminded, and they'll get a little reminder, especially on Facebook. That's a great way to do it. So this is one of the things you can do in the promotion phase, is really let people know you're going to go live. If you've got an email list, okay, and you have an actual email list, send out an email to people and let them know that you're going to be going live. That's one of the big things that you can do to really take an existing audience and plug them in to what you're doing. Okay, so that is the most obvious one, and that's an important part. Now, one of the things too is that if you are an owner of a group or you're admin of a group, obviously you've got a captive audience there, and groups are a great way to broadcast. Okay, so let people know in your group, and also there's some really cool tools that we'll talk about in a future video that allow you to not only broadcast on your profile, but also in your groups at the same time and in multiple different locations. And that is one thing that we're going to be talking about in the future as well, is really how to get your voice out there and get as many people seeing what you're doing as possible. Okay, so but number 2, you really want to go in and promote in the groups that you own. Now, obviously, you don't want to go into groups that you don't own or you don't admin and post in there without permission. But groups are a great way to get your live broadcasts out as well. And the real cool thing is that after your broadcast, you can go back into your groups and start watch parties. And watch parties are another way to get people to your broadcast recordings. See, many people actually don't realize, but live videos, as powerful as they are, the real power is in your recordings as well. The recordings, the replays, whatever you want to call them, are very, very important as well. And it's content that you can leverage for a long, long time. So very important to keep that in mind. So post it on your social profiles, announce that you're going live, go post in your groups, let people know that you're going to be doing that. And then after the recording, also, you can go back into your groups and start watch parties. Okay. So if you want to know some of this, write it down because it's very, very important, and you can get a lot of good benefit out of writing these things down and putting together a little promotional checklist or so of what you want to do with your videos pre and post live broadcast. Okay. So number 3, let's talk about number 3, and it has to do with YouTube. Okay. You can take your live broadcasts, you can broadcast them out to YouTube, or you can do a live broadcast on Facebook if you wanted to, and then you can download that file, and there's plenty of tools out there that allow you to do that. What you can then do is you can also go out there and Shane just hopped on here. He always distracts me. Shane, look at I love Shane. Great guy. You should go follow him. He might make you mad, but hey, he's a good guy. But one of the things with YouTube is that you can take your lives and actually go put them on YouTube and optimize them. So if you really do a little bit of thinking through ahead of time, and you think it through ahead of time, like what do you want to post on YouTube, you can put it out there for certain keyword-based things that can help you to actually get people to see your videos afterwards. So one of the things that you want to keep in mind when you're creating videos and you're doing broadcasts is to create content that has longevity to it. Things that you can be used for a year from now, 2 years, 3 years from now, is one of the key things you want to do to really keep those lives and those videos and that content, so to speak, evergreen in a sense. Okay. So that's a big deal as well. So uploading to YouTube, take it, upload to YouTube, optimize it, do the things that you would do on YouTube to get additional exposure there as well. Okay. So I've got one here for you. Nobody thinks about, because nobody's really on there a lot, to be quite frank with you. And it's Twitter. Okay. You can actually take your videos and upload them to Twitter and put them on your Twitter feed. Okay. Now, if you don't really have a following on Twitter, work on it. Work on getting one. If you have if you don't, then you can do that. But Twitter's another place where you can upload directly. There's some other places you can upload directly. Would be Pinterest. Just throwing out a couple ideas here. LinkedIn. You can go post videos on LinkedIn if you're on LinkedIn as well. There's so many places that you can take your videos and you can repurpose them and upload them in other places. So yeah, see, Julia is saying Twitter? What? Yeah, you can actually broadcast live videos to Twitter, okay, via Periscope, okay? I know nobody uses Periscope much anymore, but hey, it's additional exposure. You never know. You might get 1 or 2 people on there that have an interest in what you're saying, and they may tap into what you're saying in the future as well. So, so why are these so easy? As my buddy Shane would say, how hard is it to download a video of a live and to go over and upload it to YouTube? Super simple to do, not hard. Very easy to do. It's an additional way to get your content out there and to get people to see it, okay? So here is my 5th and final one, and I think this will be a really big one that not a lot of people think about. But when I talk to you and I mentioned about creating content that really is more evergreen in nature, where if I talk to you about it today, in a year or 2 from now, it could still be very relevant, is that something to keep in mind with your content, is you can take those video files and add them into something like an auto poster, where with the auto poster, you can then set it to frequently go through and repost those videos. So let's say you set it to like every 90 days. You take your video, you put it in there, and then 90 days later, it'll automatically repost to some of these social media sites. You have no idea how powerful it is to take existing content you have and repost it over time. You see, one of the things that a lot of people take advantage of and don't really know about, especially, now I'm not going to get into politics here, but politics and the news and other things like that. There's one thing I read one time when it talked about the news and politicians, is they rely on people's ability to forget about something, okay? And what that means is, some big story comes in the news and it's all over the news for weeks and weeks and weeks. And then all of a sudden it just stops and everybody stops talking about it. And a month later, everybody's forgotten all about it. Okay. They don't even remember half the details about it. So what can happen is, from a marketing standpoint, I started to think of that. How does that apply to me? Well, if I create content, chances are 3 months from now, 4 months from now, people that saw that video probably aren't going to remember it much. And there's going to be people that are new coming into my niche who have never seen that video before. Why not take it, repurpose it, and then repost it later on? Now, you take advantage of something like an auto poster. Like I use one called Meet Edgar. Works great. You can put it in there. You can schedule posts. You can do all kinds of things that allow you to really put your content out there and repurpose it constantly and regularly. So these are some simple ways that you can take content, repurpose it, and use it for the future. These are so simple, so easy to do. They're so easy to implement, and it's not difficult. The thing is that most people are doing live broadcasts, and their live broadcasts are like for a split moment in time. And they put them out there, and this split moment in time is they put this video on there, it goes down the news feed, and within 24 hours, really nobody sees it anymore. And that's what happens most of the time with live videos. And so if you think a little bit more forward about it and you say, well, I'm creating content, how can I disperse this content out there more? And how can I make it more evergreen? Good comment here by Julia. We do forget most things, yet market like everyone remembers. That's such a great thing that Julia is pointing out here. A lot of people don't remember things. I am telling you, I went through this a lot too, and I'm talking about this in light of the auto poster and repurposing content. But what I found to be the case is that, I got hung up many times on, I already taught about that a year ago, or I already talked about that, 5 months ago. But the chances are that the people you talked about that to have either forgotten it, or there's a whole bunch of new people that need to know it as well. So never get hung up on the fact that, hey, why would I want to repost old content? I already talked about that. And, I already put that out there. Well, it's for that very reason. People forget. So take advantage of that in a sense of, and just repurpose your content and put it out there so that more people can see it and reuse it. It's such a great way to continue to get your exposure out there and to attract a new audience. So these are the 5 ways. Let me reiterate them again. I've got them written down here so I don't forget them. But so promote on your social media profiles before and after your broadcast. Promote it before. When you're done, go back and promote it. You've got Facebook groups. If you're a part of Facebook groups, go in there, post the video in there. If you have the ability to just stream live into the group, do that. Or go ahead and go in these groups and start watch parties that you own afterwards to get more people to see the videos, okay? From there, you can take the video file, upload it on YouTube, do your optimization there. That's another way to do it. And then what you can also do is take your video and upload it onto Twitter. I know, I kind of chuckle at that. There's not a lot of people over there, it seems like. But hey, it's another additional place. You've also got Pinterest. You could throw it up on Pinterest. And then, of course, take those video files, put them into an auto poster, and rotate them every 60 to 90 days and have them repost to your profiles. And what's going to happen is, over time, you're going to build up this huge bucket of content that you've created, and it continues to work for you every single day over and over. Let's say you did a year full of content and you loaded it up into an auto poster, and you just recycle that content constantly over the course of a year while you continue to create new. This is how you build leverage in your business, and it's something I do all the time. So I highly recommend you try it as well. So one of the things I wanted to mention here is, if you look in the description of this video, I have a community of people that I've been running a community for about 5 years now. It's called TLS Insiders. Right now I'm doing a special promotion. It's typically, it's a closed door community. I only open it up for a trial, not very often. It's usually a $1 trial for 30 days or a test drive. And what I decided to do is really help a lot of people out. You can set up a free account for 30 days. You'll see the link in the description. Go there. You can set it up. Basically, it's called TLS Insiders. TLS means traffic, leads, and sales. And every single month, we do trainings. I do live coaching. We do Zoom calls and all kinds of stuff. I've got a tech assistant that comes in and helps you with technical stuff. It's just a really great community. I want you to get in there, get a taste of it. And if you're watching this live, tomorrow night, I'm doing a training on basically what I call the 6-figure DMO, the daily method of operation, where I'm going to dive into the things that you should be doing every single day in your business to be successful. And I'm excited about it. I'm going to go into real detail, some things that you can really do to get focused on what it is you need to accomplish every day. And especially right now, during this time of everybody's at home, you need to have some structure to what you're doing. So, and that's what I'm going to talk about tomorrow. So make sure you click that link. I believe I have a little link here. No, I don't. But what you can do is you can go over and go to markharbert.com/TLS30, TLS30, and you can go and set up your free account, and you can register right inside the website, our members area. So I hope you got some value from this video today. I hope that you, really enjoyed it. If you did, do me a favor, share this with somebody. If you're watching this on Facebook, tag somebody, share it with somebody, let them know, and we'll talk more about this for sure. There's so many other places that you can promote your live videos, and we'll talk more about that in the future as well. But love you, appreciate you. Again, if you got value, do me a favor, leave me a comment. I'm going to come in, going to check it out, and you're going to, I want to see any questions you have, put them in there, comment, and I'll come by and answer them for you. All right. Love you guys. Appreciate you. Have a great day. And again, if you got value from this, make sure that you share it. All right. Talk soon. Bye guys.